board with a last chance for glory? Or will we see teams wondering what if at the end of this as they watch it all from home? Either way, it's going to be an exciting one on set, and I think if it's anything like Game 6s we've experienced in the past, it's one that everyone at home needs to watch.
Hey man, you just give me chills with that little intro there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to this one now. I'm ready to get into the action as we can see the flight path right on the western side of World's Edge. Those teams who are landing east, who might be trying to bully their way into those top 5 spots, are going to have a little bit more of a difficult time as they obviously have a little bit more time in the air. They're going to have a few more seconds added to their loot time, and obviously taken away from how quickly they can rotate. So an interesting thing to see where this circle pops up. If it does land on the eastern side of World's Edge, then it doesn't matter too much. But if it's western, then those teams are going to be clapping their hands together with big smiles on their faces who have landed on the western side here, because they're going to have the quickest possible rotation.
Everything, every minor detail, every small moment, every shield bat, and even cell has big implications here. My eyes on DMK, Doghouse, and no creativity, as you mentioned. But right now, we're following along with some clowns. Not in gameplay, but in name, that's for sure. Clowns at the second to bottom spot. 9 points. They would have to get, currently, I believe, over 32 points to be in the conversation of top 5. And that's if everyone else gets no points. So it's almost an impossible task. I'm not going to say it is impossible, but I'm going to say it's going to have to start right now with 3 KP if they're going to get the job done.
It is indeed. The bubble is going to go down, and the shots aren't going to connect as well. So that's 2 players now down, and it's going to be, unfortunately, the end of the road, as Australis will just stretch the legs. You know how it is sometimes. You get a little bit tight towards the end of the game, and to stretch the hamstrings, make sure those quads are nice and warmed up, and make sure those guns are firing. Get yourself ready for the rest of the game.
You know what I love, too? It's that Australis is the team that, because of that desperation, really needed something like that to happen. A fight that wasn't quite something they had to worry about, just to walk in their path. And I think that's where, you know, this is the luck of the draw. I mean, what team is near you that's going to have to push those that isn't equipped to win that fight? That's going to give you 2 to 4 to 5 extra KP. That might be that difference. And Australis, that's a team that needs it. They're in that middle pack, 21 points to their name. 20 points behind that 5th threshold, which is currently being held by 69 IQ. Their 29-point win set them up to hold that last spot right now for the qualifiers. But they have not performed the same over the other 5 games. And so it's going to be up to them. But Australis slowly but surely starting to climb in there.
Okay, we get a look at the map overhead. You can see that Lava City is going to be very much involved once again, but it might be more up towards those central tracks, maybe the mini dome that is just to the north of Lava City where this could be finishing. So an interesting final circle, similar to the one that we saw a little bit earlier. And we're going to see Dojo now, unfortunately, in all sorts of trouble. As you can see, Data's going to be taken down. His shields are going to be broken. The push is going to be coming in as well. And unfortunately, Data, who I was talking about, is going to be the last surviving player, but only for a few moments. He will be eliminated. And I expected this kind of pace. Everyone desperate for points, desperate to show that they left it all out there in this game 6.
And a few journeys ending right there, certainly for Dojo and for Clowns. But for ZLV, well, that's what you needed. 13 points to start, and got yourself into about 16. Still going to have to be a behemoth of a game, so we will not wait with bated breath on that one. We'll have to see some more results like that to start paying a little too more attention. But Doghouse, this is one of the premier stories. Been involved in every in-game circle or top 10, it feels like, within all of the last 5 games of the tournament. Warrior Chiki as well. Losing members. Doghouse going to hopefully capitalize on this. And they get a little closer with 3 kills to their name now. Inching on up to 6th place.
Yeah, that was vital because they actually lost the first player in that battle and they managed to turn it around somehow. So Doghouse doing an incredible job to stay alive. And just to put it into perspective, if you've just joined us, Doghouse currently sat just outside of those qualification spots. They're in 7th place at the moment, 32 points on the board, and 69 IQ Esports, who are holding down that final spot, are in 41. So Doghouse, with those kill points on the board, winning that fight, are going to start just chipping away at that point deficit. But a massive, massive fight. As I said, they turn that one around. If they lose that, they're out.
And look at this. I think this is DNMK. They hear the shots. They see the fight potentially. Oh, no, this is Lava City, so they're okay. DNMK in their own other skirmish But another team to pay attention to, and the R301 swinging in as they find a rotating squad with the Bloodhound ultimate, and they're just peppering. Tempting. Do you want to engage with us? Defensive bombardment as well. Oh, they're caught in a bad spot as well. This is Fire Beavers. Not really in concern of not qualifying, but not looking good here as they've already lost Taskmaster.
Yeah, Taskmaster's gone down, and even though they have qualified, can still have a massive say who joins them, of course, in those qualification spots. DNMK up on that high ground, just overlooking all of this action that's going down, and you can see with that portal trying to get aggressive as well. They need the points on the board. They're part of the chasing pack, but they're the ones who are closest, within striking distance, just 3 points behind that 5th place spot. So if they can get a few early KP on the board, with the position that they have here, they could play for endgame. They can play a little bit more sensible, and they can kind of let the game play out and hope those points come to them.
And just watching that kill feed, it is for teams waiting just to see if their competitors fall out. More interesting than watching potentially a winning lottery ticket as the numbers roll in, as the names start to flow. You hope, oh, is that one that's ahead of me? Yep, it is. DNMK, as you mentioned, not too many ahead. But I think if 69 IQ showed up in that kill feed, they would be very happy, as currently they are the only ones 2 points away, separating them in that 5th place spot. And they're just content to hold right now. I like this play too, Mark, because I think you don't have to do too much. I do think you hold, you wait. You're in too good of a spot here to try to throw it away off some type of huge gamble. But there will be a moment they have to make a move, and I think they realize that as well.
And a little bit of a change of direction there from Clash as well, as maybe he was thinking about that care package, but realized that there was a player who had some eyes, and I think that was a call out from a teammate as well. The Wraith is going to be able to jump down now and have a look at what's in there, and it's a Kraber as well. An early game Kraber inside round 1. And that is going to be huge for them, not just because of the fact that it's going to back teams off, it's going to warm them, but getting those Evo shields up. You can see they don't have the best of armor right now, but with the height advantage they have, with the control of both of the rooftops they currently have, they're going to be in a great place just to hit a few shots and then level those Evos up. So DMMK being blessed by the Apex gods there with that drop.
Absolutely blessed. And you know what? It could have been a call out too. One thing you mentioned from the team, just to see that poking player, it might have also been the Wraith passive, which is just one of those underrated passives, especially in competitive, that's just so useful in these games where people are intentionally being a little sneaky. You know, people don't realize how powerful it is to know someone's eyes are trained on you. And I think it just, again, goes to show why this legend has had so much of a complete kit for so long, fallen out of favor with Octane being a little faster, a little more fun at the moment. But who knows what Season Legacy holds for Apex Legends. Things might be shifting yet again on its axis for the young Wraith.
White Rabbit Gaming coming under a little bit of fire here inside of Geyser, but they're going to be safe for now. You can see that I think they managed to get a knocker there. At least they found some loot to work with. So they're down in 18th spot at the moment. So it would take an absolutely monstrous game coming in from them to somehow catapult themselves up into that top 5. But DNMK, who were blessed by the gods a few moments ago, we're going to have to see if we're blessed by their communication, as we have the option now to jump into a listen-in with the South African squad.
Hello.
I need 20 damage, dude.
I hit so early, dude.
We don't. I think we want to hold Kraber for late game, and then we can get knocks. Clutch.
Yeah, I'm just
Like-
trying to upgrade my shields for the purple.
What?
I'm just using one more shots and then I'm not using any shots.
All right, friend. Just don't scream at me. Thank you.
Okay.
Luke,
I
stop
did it.
mentioning your girlfriend, please. Thank you.
I'm not, I'm just standing. I don't want to get shot at, so I'm just literally standing still.
I know you're mentioning your girlfriend, bro. It's okay, dude.
I'm literally not, bro. I'm just trying to
Bro,
not
you
get shot
missed
at.
your girlfriend? You're on the
Oh
tournament
my-
stuff, you idiot. Stop texting your girlfriend.
Where is he shooting you?
On the window. This window.
Yeah.
So good angle, dude. One team was here.
Bro, I'm gonna break this guy's door and just like not have him have a nice day. There we go.
I
Dude.
have so much.
Oh, there we go. I got blue. I got blue.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, this guy has no more doors, so he can't sit in camp there.
I have
Is he-
so much
is-
nades, by the way.
I've got 3 nades, 2 arc stars.
I got one just normal grenade.
I'm gonna keep scanning here, okay?
Who's scanning me every time, dude?
It might be that team. I don't have enough nades for that building. Luke, can you break the building with your triple take, please? Luke,
no.
please break the door with your triple take.
Oh, fuck.
What now?
Okay.
I missed the nade.
No, I meant with your triple take, bro.
Imagine.
Bro, why open the
Did you get-
door?
Oh,
Jesus
he opened the
Christ.
door and the nade went inside and it didn't break.
Did you hit someone inside though? Look at that team. Look at that team. Look at them. What are you doing, bro? I smell you, bro.
Smack witch.
Alright, we're good. We're good. Okay.
Tenshi? Is
Yes?
she's okay, right? You text him.
Who? No?
Your girlfriend. She's okay, right?
Didn't text him, no.
Stop.
It's the guy at the bottom. I keep scanning them, bro. So they just gotta say hi back, you know.
Look at this. Look at this fight, dude. Scan fights.
Bro, the start of this game was so fucking hectic.
God, truly.
Let's explore this way.
I mean, it's game 6 of one of the most pressurized situations you could possibly find yourself in here, Evan. But DNMK, they are vibing.
And naturally, I don't know if it's Tenshi or who is texting his girlfriend. I mean, I think, you know, I can understand it. I think I've been there. I've been in a relationship for quite a while, but I'll tell you one thing. She's going to be a lot happier to receive the text after you've qualified than during your process of qualifying and potentially throwing you off there. But the boys giving him a good back and forth. You love to see it. And I have a special spot in my house, in my heart, my house for South Africans. Some of my best friends growing up my entire life are from South Africa. An amazing community and jolly in some ways and a wonderful sense of humor. And so we see that on display there with DNOK.
Yeah, good to see them, and obviously they're going to have even bigger smiles and more laughs to come if they manage to qualify and they manage to move up from 6th place into 5th place. But now with a minute and 45 left on this rotation, you're going to see teams trying to force their way in. T-Rex, one of those teams who are currently in second place in the leaderboards, but by no means safe. If you take into account they have 49 points on the board and DNMK have 39, just 10 points between 2nd and 6th. So they have to play this game as well as they have been throughout this tournament so far. They cannot afford to make any mistakes whatsoever.
Current standings, T-Rex appears off limits, 69 IQ. DNMK, Doghouse, no creativity. Odin Gamers, Astralis rounding out the current top 10. But that's shifting at a moment's notice here. Fire Beavers lost one. They're okay because they are all but qualified. Doghouse did well to get those 3 kills early, but they've still got a slight mountain to climb. I don't think they've fought since. It's going to be all about this rotation and what they can do with it. And if they're going to get it, it's going to come with patience. And I think it's going to come with opportunity and timing. And so that's what they're looking for here. 3 times Ranger on both players, just scoping out their routes, anybody approaching, any opportunities that might show up that they should try and capitalize on.
I mean, we've seen a lot of deaths already in this game. You can see that Zone 3 is about to close in 25 seconds or so, and we've only got 13 squads remaining. So a lot of those teams who were down at the bottom of the leaderboards, obviously trying to take those early engagements, but the looks of things haven't come out on the good side of them. So they've been trying to make the plays they had to, and unfortunately hasn't worked out for them, which means now that it becomes an even more edgy game. Even though there is space to play, obviously within Lava City and with the amount of teams that are left, there's going to be different positions that can be played by all of these teams. The fact that if you are one of those teams to get caught on a rotation, if you don't make it perfectly, if you don't make yourself safe, then all of a sudden your tournament's over. So you can see why these players are playing a little bit slower as all of a sudden Sunset's going to be caught off guard by 69 IQ Esports, who are the team that everyone is hoping do not have a good game, but those KP are certainly going to help their case in qualification. They're currently sat in 5th.
And that almost just offset what happened with Doghouse and DNMK, who are chasing 69 IQ in Lava City, feeling like they're not going to be out of the count until at least a top 8. And so you have to wonder, someone's going to have to overperform somewhere if they want to make up that gap. You can't just wait till final circle and let 69 IQ mirror you in the results that you're doing. And that's why defensive bombardment comes out from Doghouse, looking to pick off these kills. This would be crucial. In fact, maybe it's necessary for them to make something happen and move into creating their dreams, making it a reality. Wraith Portal recognized here, hiding behind the rock. There's damage, but do you want to push it again? Every risk, it's an opportunity for another team. Even though it may start off looking like yours, it might be someone else creeping around the corner's moment to shine and make up the gap. So Doghouse, patient, but will that patience come back to bite them?
It's always, you always think about the compositions, right? You're like, oh, what if we had a Wraith here? We could just portal down low, we can take an angle, we could finish that kill, easy job, but we don't. So it's all these different things that come into the thought processes of players here. It's like, can we push this? We should be able to, but then we lose the high ground. We haven't got a way to get back up unless we use the jump pad.
Right.
Sounds like don't have the jump pad available. All these things that come in, it's going to be absolutely vital for them making these decisions. And now we have the opportunity to actually listen in to Doghouse as they're trying to plan their next rotation. You can see they are on the quicker side of circle, so they're going to have to make a quick move here.
Le plus possible, et si t'es dans la merde, on va pas, on doit passer derrière, ok? C'est bloqué tunnel. Ok, il y a plus personne tunnel. Ils sont plus devant.
Ils sont dans... Ça nous trappe à mon avis, hein. Fais gaffe.
Tu peux avancer tunnel et scan?
Je prends de l'espace à droite pour regarder.
Il y a rien tunnel.
C'est un tunnel, go tunnel, hein.
Mais j'imagine sur l'autre côté.
Je mets un pas d'ici, je mets un pas d'ici. Go tunnel.
Go vite voir.
Si ils soldent au cul de la zone, on bouge. Go wait to scan, ok?
9 secondes. 5.
Ça revient. J'entends ton solide.
Scan.
Ça va.
Scan aussi.
Il y a une équipe à droite, hein. À tous les coups, on peut faire le tour et enculer l'équipe à droite, hein. Je sais pas comment vous voulez.
Vas-y, go. Vas-y, go. Go prendre le pad.
Non, il y a des gens.
Well, you can see that the anticipation is starting to ramp up here. We have 10 squads remaining. We have seen a squad drop here, Rainday, and that squad was our 5th placed team, 69 IQ Esports, who are going to be watching the rest of this lobby and hoping beyond hope that they can hold on.
It's such a bad spot if DNMK are still in, and you can see DNMK actually getting kills, actually. And so not only are they in, they're making up the ground. This could spell DNMK making that run to 5th, but it's Doghouse who are right behind, and a couple of knocks here could make a big difference in bringing them back into the conversation. Clashy now under pressure, under trouble. He's trying to get the armor swap. He gets it, but it's just a blue. Will blue be enough to survive this? It feels like the Thermites just couldn't stop, but finally, a bit of respite in the onslaught, and they've defended, they've stabilized. Just barely. Ultrally gets the purple as well, and so look at this. DNMK now most likely sitting in 5th currently.
Yeah, sitting in 5th at the moment. If they can pick up a few more points, they might have the opportunity to just solidify that. But what a moment that was. That could have been all she wrote for DNMK. If they don't stay alive there just for that extra second to allow the shots to be returned, to hold their position, to put up that defensive stand, it is so different. The question is now, can they find a cheeky mobile beacon around and maybe get a teammate back into the game? But with 59 seconds left, they're going to have to be careful, these teams rotating in from the southern side of the map, because we've seen 1 or 2 teams all around that area trying to force their way into Lava City, where they are currently located. They can just afford to let this happen, though. They've got the Kraber in their hands. They have control of a building. If they can influence one of the other fights that's going in with one Kraber shot, that could be placement points guaranteed.
And in one way, you do have to be careful about these Krabers, because you get that. I mean, beautiful. You're close to the red Evo. Nearly one more. A headshot would do it. But the thing is, can you turn that into a knock? And there's 25 seconds left. He hits another one. 8 away from the red Evo. But most importantly, he has put 2 players on the outside of the circle who will be pushing into him at a disadvantage. And there's only 14 seconds left moving in. This is do or die for DNMK. Kraber in hand, 6 shots as well to do the deed. And let's see if Ultrally can land another one. Patient, though, prodding and waiting, biding his time. Land another one. Patient, though, prodding and waiting, biding his time for the right moment as the circle starts to move in. And onset, this will spell the story for so many of these teams. This engagement right here might be it all for DNMK.
Well, there's a Gibby in the stairs, and he's going to be forced back here. DNMK doing such a good job to defend this location they are in, not just once, but twice now being pushed and managing to hold on and stay alive. It hasn't transferred into placement points as yet, but they are doing such a stand-up job of giving themselves the best opportunity here to qualify.
And he's going into the hunt. A beast. Ultrally has been truly all tournament long. And can he put it together for a little bit longer to get him and his team. Tinchy maybe texting his girlfriend right now, watching from the sidelines, but I'm sure all eyes any moment away from that are glued to the screen, because these moments, these 3 minutes are what you play for. This is what determines if you will be a champion or not. And these two men under here holding this underground, this battleground by themselves. It feels like there's something epic in front of us.
Yeah, Clash is having to be careful here. You can see they're trying to swap out armors and charge them up, so they've got swaps on the floor to work with or inside the boxes, so that if they do get pushed, they at least have that to work with, and it's not going to be a case of just one clean wipe is going to take them out of the game. Our second place team, T-Rex here, just overlooking everything that's happening as well inside of that building. So Dippities has great vision on everything that's going down. Also playing Horizon as well is going to be important towards this end game, as we'll be able to take that height and maybe drop some nades down on the carnage that is going on below them. But T-Rex, I mean, they're in a great position right now. They're up on the height. The scary thing, though, is for DNMK. Can they survive long enough here to move into that top 5?
And we've seen T-Rex, we've seen DNMK. Is Doghouse still alive? That's the thing. The kill feed, boy, oh boy, it just started rolling after a while. Now things have stabilized. But that is the key. Is there another competitor that might be able, if DNMK do not clutch here, to push their way through? DNMK, they're not quite sure as well, so they don't want to take any chances. But T-Rex sitting pretty on 7th. Ordinances follow through. Don't want to move quite yet, though. Still a minute and 30 before they have to make a play. And the flat line, it will ring true if they get into that engagement. Such a versatile weapon, and you need versatility here in this situation, because you never know when someone's going to push. Off limits. That's a team a little bit lower than T-Rex, but still in a qualifying spot right now. They don't have much to worry about.
Yeah, just have to hold on, just get inside that top 5 and you are good. You will be going through to the ALGS Championships. Yapers, who are also in 3rd place, have the opportunity to solidify their spot, so they're feeling pretty comfortable at the moment. The NMK still the team who kind of have to bully their way into the top 5 at the moment, because they're going to have to do it the hard way, because the teams that are left in this lobby as this ring starts to close are all holding down qualification spots, you feel. The NMK have to go huge, and here comes a fight inside this building now. Only gamers involved.
And this is important because they can also qualify, but they're going to go down, and it's DNMK who fell as well to that skirmish.
Wow.
PKM find them off. DNMK, did they do enough? That's the question as the game is coming to its finale, the climax of the show, and Andy Jack's up into the air. He was kill leader once, and Off Limits won that early game. Will they do it again? Off Limits down, Clique Esports around. This could be a Showtime moment for Clique. They're looking to click heads. They may fall, and Clique Esports are your champion in Game 6. But the real question is, who has made it into the championship?